Stressful van life in Switzerland. Fuck! I think we broke something.
I hate it. We made it to Geneva. We're finally in Switzerland. Today we'll be staying around the towns area since tomorrow we're upgrading something amazing on our camper van if the shop will allow us. Yesterday we spent well, half of the day in Geneva, and it's a beautiful town. I found for a big town I was expecting more rush and, you know, the feel that you get when you get into the big towns, but it was actually very chilled. Everybody's laying down on the grass relaxing, and it's just a nice spot I found to relax. You can rent boats, which are
Super expensive. It's like 100 Swiss franc for 2 hours for a small boat, so in Canadian dollar, it's 140, 150 bucks with the exchange rate that we're losing. So it's a little bit expensive for a small boat, right? So we didn't go for it. We just walk around and check a few spots, and that's it, because it's quite expensive. Even you want to go to the restaurant, we were looking, they sell a sandwich for 15 or 20 for Swiss francs. So
hamburger for 18 Swiss francs. So of course, you know, we got a little bit prepared. We did all our grocery shopping in Spain because it's probably, I think, like 5 times cheaper than here.
Yeah, 4 or 5 times at least when you go to the store. So we're not gonna try. Maybe we're gonna try Swiss fondue if we find a good place.
Yeah, maybe some restaurant, but not like buying daily grocery here because it really doesn't make sense.
We're gonna hit the mountain soon, but now we're staying in Lausanne area, which is just maybe 45 minutes from Geneva, and we're looking for an upgrade on the van.
Yes, so when we started this trip, we bought some super cheap chairs on Allegro, and we thought it's gonna be fine. But after 4 or 5 months, they just broke. And one day when we were with Podróżowanie, they showed us their own chairs, and it just mind blown us.
So we found a store that actually distribute those chairs, because they're a European company, and they have a Switzerland store here that's supposed to have 1 in stock, maybe 2, we don't really know, so we're gonna go check out the RV dealer this morning and see if we can find the chair. We thought we were coming for chair here, but I guess they sell more than chair. They have RV everywhere, and we can go check out the inside, so it's quite exciting. Maybe we can go look and learn some new stuff and have some ideas. That's something we can improve in our camper. There's tons of stuff. It's super nice. Bad news is they don't have the chair that they told us they had in stock. It got mysteriously sold, but that's part of life. We met a nice guy. He gave us a nice schedule to visit Switzerland, and lots of cool stuff, but super expensive. So I don't think we're gonna buy too much stuff here. This is a first in a lifetime. I think they have them in France too, but it's quite funny to see. They have those machines so you can buy Swiss cheese, the gruyere, bread, and some mixed cheese for fondue straight in the machine. So at any time of the day you can have a Swiss fondue. We are doing the tour here at La Maison du Gruyère, and the tour is 7 Swiss francs per person. They even give you a little sampling with different maturity of cheese. So you have a 6, 8, and 10 months, and you're going to all the steps that they explain you how they make the cheese. They even give you this little gadget, which is in English, or there's 13 different languages, and you listen to all the steps, so they explain you how they make it. One thing to remember is they drink 85 liters of water every day, and they eat 100 kilo of grass, the cows. And beside that, they produce, with 400 liters of milk, they can make 1 block of 35 kilograms of cheese. So it takes lots of milk to make it. And they have a very strict process here in Switzerland to make their gruyere. It's very interesting to see all the different steps, and I highly recommend it. Trying a 6 months. Let's see with the 8 months and 10 months. The 10 months got a little bit more stronger taste. I would say the 6 and the 8 months, I think I'm not a specialist, so it's hard to see the difference. I think the 10 months is the best.
And we have decided to go for the famous cheese fondue because I think it's one of the nicest places to try it, right, at the cellars. So we have been traveling since November 2019, and when we were in the part of Asia, of our travels in Asia, we could have gone to every restaurant we wanted to because it's so affordable and it's even cheaper than cooking. But in Europe, kind of, if you want to travel for a long time, you have to pick and choose because the price for cheese fondue is like 26 euros per person.
Well, you can find better place than the place they actually make the cheese to try the Swiss fondue, and it's really good. We are in the town of Egg. We arrived last night. We went to check out a little bit. Not super touristy and not too much people. With the pandemic right now, I guess it's pretty empty, so it's good for us. And this morning we're heading out to Zermatt to go see this famous Matterhorn mountain.
We're just driving next to the highway and we're for sure not prepared to climb the little waterfall, but there it is up here, a huge ass waterfall just next to the highway, so we decided to come and visit it.
One thing about Switzerland is the gas and the diesel is super expensive. We pay $1.55 yesterday, so it's almost $2.20 Canadian for 1 liter of diesel. It's quite a bit of money, so when you see a gas station that it's cheap, it's always good to top up, because right now we just found a bargain for $1.37, so we fuel it up right to the top. Well, we have a big project this afternoon. We are going to see the kuonen. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. The biggest suspension bridge in the world. We are in Randa, Amanda's telling me, and it's super hard to find parking for a van. There's not too much room. We managed to find something. It's supposed to be 2-3 hour hike. Should be interesting. Let's go for it.
Before we left, Sam said it's a hike for 6 years old and it's super easy. I hate it. I hate hiking in general, so I really hope it's gonna be rewarding because I need to sit like every 5 minutes. This is how great my shape is.
I want to take back what I said. It's maybe not a hike for 6 years old because it's quite a steep hike. It took about 2 hours. Super good. And it's the biggest suspended bridge in the world. Quite impressive. It is quite high. I'm not scared of height, but everything over 200 meters, my legs are shaking. But I'm not scared of height. And this is not bad. This is where it gets interesting. The view here. A little bit sunny here. Amanda's there with the dog because the dog's scared.
This is freaking crazy. I'm on the biggest suspension bridge in the world and I'm here all by myself, and it's freaking scary because I'm scared of heights.
We made it.
I'm a big complainer, but at the end of the day the hike is not so bad. It's just super steep for probably like hour and a half, and the last 30 minutes it's quite flat. Well, the bridge looks amazing and the view from the bridge looks amazing. Our original plan was to go from Randa to Tash, park there for the night and go visit the Matterhorn. But we just took a quick ride and the cheapest parking is 20 euros per night. So we decided to just stay where we're parked and actually walk to Tash, which is around 3 kilometers. And from there try to find a way to go see the Matterhorn. So come with us.
So as you know, Switzerland is quite expensive and we're starting to realize how much it is today. We got 2 tickets to go to Zermatt. We had to pay 1 ticket for the dog, which was 8 Swiss francs, and 16 each of us for a total of 41 Swiss francs to take maybe a 5 or 10 minutes train ride up the mountain. And we're looking just to go to Gornegrat because that's the place that it's super close to the famous mountain. But it's 116 Swiss francs per person round trip, and that doesn't count the dog. So we're on a long trip. We're not on short vacation. We can't really afford paying 200-300 Swiss francs for half an hour train ride. So we decided to go with the other way.
We're here in Zermatt. We made it, and as you can see, the Matterhorn is just behind me. And our goal today is hike the 5 lakes, or one of the lakes. That's gonna take us to the Matterhorn. So we're gonna try to find a station, see how much that costs, and go from there.
At this point, there's no turning back. We hope it worth it. 41 Swiss francs per person for a 5-minute train ride. Literally 5 minutes. And I think it's about a 5-minute, they call it a funicular. It's just a cable car going up the hill. And from there, we skipped the other one because the other one was another 25 and we can hike it in probably an hour. And then we can start the hike after that, but hopefully worth it because it's expensive.
So we made it to the first lake, which name is Salizé, and it's actually very beautiful. It looks way better from the lake here, the mountain, than during the trail. And the hike wasn't too bad.
No, it was quite easy actually. For 6 years old.
Yeah, this one. And it's beautiful, and of course there's a few people, but there's not a huge crowd. At the end of the day, we haven't decided to hike all the other 4 lakes. We just went to the first one, which is supposed to be the most beautiful one from our source. Because by the time we finished chit-chatting, taking pictures, video, and enjoying the lake, was already 3 o'clock, and we still want to move somewhere else today. But the views during the whole hike are amazing, and it's worth to spend the money. When you come to Switzerland, to the Alps, make sure to buy your Toblerone, to try it because it's Swiss chocolate, but also to take the iconic pictures with the Matterhorn, the top of the Matterhorn, which you can place just top of the mountain. Welcome to the most amazing road that we have driven with this van for sure, if not in our entire life.
Yeah, we're between Zermatt and on the way to Interlaken, and it's called the Grimselpass. So it's a mountain pass going from the bottom all the way to the top, and it's just zigzag after zigzag, and the view is amazing. So check it out.
Yeah, we loved it, and the dog for the first time, she's seen snow here, so she's quite interested. If you're interested, you can stay here for 20 Swiss francs per night camping on a piece of gravel.
But I think there's electricity. We're not staying here, we're going to Interlaken, so let's hit the road. Fuck! I think we broke something.
What happened?
Well, we got no handbrake anymore. So we just got a little bit of a problem. We park, I pull the handbrake, and PAC! We hear that sound, so we look around, and I guess we broke the cable for the handbrake to be able to park. I could just use the gear every time I park it, it'll be fun, but I think I can MacGyver something, if it's even a way to say it. I'm gonna jimmy rig. I have some clamps, some screw maybe to tighten it with the clamp because I think the clamps are too big, and good old barbed wire. Thanks to Renata for the chicken wire from Babcha's garden. Tight more. It's almost as good as factory. Pure German engineering going on here. Works. just like new.
Concluding our trip to the Zermatt area, it's beautiful, really stunning, but it does get expensive. Zermatt is not a place for van lifers who are seeking free accommodation like we always did. Since we live in the van, we never paid for camping. We always try to find spots more remote on some small roads so we don't bother anybody and nobody bothers us, close to the nature. But there's nothing like this in Zermatt.
There's no free spot anywhere. Basically, you have to pay any parking. And if you don't pay, you're gonna have a hefty fine. Usually it's 150 francs that we see on panel if you don't pay for parking. And the problem with Zermatt is you're only allowed if you have electric cars, so you can't even go there by car. You have to park in Tesh or Randa, and then from there you could technically walk, but it would take you forever because it's 10-15 kilometer distance for the walking just to get to the bottom of Zermatt, and then after that you have to hike to start your hike for the day. So you're gonna spend the whole day just to start your hike. Depending how much time you got, it's a little bit hard. So
yeah, then you know, you don't have camping gear, you can sleep in the mountains. So the temperature difference too, we're now in June, it's huge from the morning, from the midday till night, the temperature difference is very big. So anyway, Zermatt is expensive. It's worth to see because the Matterhorn, the view is just the mountain. It's the most beautiful mountain in the world, I would say. We've been told yesterday. Anyway,
there's just so much stuff to do there, but
yeah,
make sure you're ready to pay because every activity you want to do, it's expensive. We just arrived in the interlaken area. We're looking for parking for the night, maybe 2 or 3, we don't know. And the lake is just, it's amazing. It's nice blue. It looks a little bit like the lake we have in Canada, but it's huge, so should be cool. 6:30 and we're trying to avoid the ticket because Switzerland is basically sign everywhere that you cannot park with your van, and we found a spot without the sign, but we don't want to take the risk. So we're gonna move to the lake and you're allowed to park for the day there. We're gonna go spend the day at the lake, go swimming, relax a little bit.
well, we have already stated that Switzerland is not the best country for wild camping with a van, and definitely not very adjusted for van lifers that like to do their own wild, free thing.
So here's what happened this morning. We're going to hike the Augmattshorn. It's a famous ridge. I think I pronounced it right, maybe. And there's a parking up here, but you have to pay and you can't sleep for the night. So we talked to some people yesterday. They said they slept maybe 1 or 2 kilometers down, and there's no sign. It's next to a river, so we parked there, spend the night. Life is fine. This morning at 6:30, we hear boom, 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 like somebody just want to destroy the door. So we woke up, obviously.
We're both like, don't move.
And then the dog too, she didn't move. And then we see the guy through the crack in the window. He's going around the van, he's checking. So I get dressed, I look towards the window, I see he's got a little truck. It's not a police officer, it's probably from what I heard, all the local here, they put sign for no camping because they don't like tourists. And he's some sort of like, you know, you see the movie Mall Cop, exactly the same guy.
So anyway, he left 5 minutes after. We just got dressed and we decided to go and start the hike, and just pretend the van was parked there and we were already hiking in the mountain. We'll see how that situation is gonna come out after.
How is it?
We did not expect a view like this to show up. Like, you're walking, there's nothing, and then there you are, huge mountains, the lake, like it's just incredible.
Augmattshorn and the Sujiter, it's 2,085 meters, and the view is just, well, you can see the Briansea Lake, which depending on the time of the day is super blue, and the ridge. Amanda was having some little complication with the height, so she's just here. And me, I came to check out the top.
Woof! Oh.
Stressful van life in Switzerland. So, like we said this morning, there's this guy showing up at 6:30, and he's banging on our truck like he want to break a window, but he was just trying to wake us up. So we managed to not make a sound, and he left. So we went through the hike, which was super nice.
I was too scared to go at the top. I'm sure it's amazing where we're actually supposed to go, but it's so steep and narrow, and if you look down, the drop is so huge that I'm afraid of heights, and I couldn't go all the way where I wanted to, but Sam did a little bit more than me, and it was great.
Yeah, super nice. And on the way back, we got electrocuted. Amanda first, me, I tried it because I didn't believe it. So there is gates everywhere for cows, and it looks like white rope, but they're not white rope. They have actually wire inside, and it's electrical shock. And the dog got electrocuted too on the way back. So then
Quite hard though, because
she got scared. So I went to see a guy, asked him if he works there, and he's the ranger. And I told him maybe you guys should put sign, because if you don't know they're electrocuted, you're gonna electrocute yourself, or your animal is gonna happen too. So he's like, oh yeah, and he's like, did you guys, you're the guy parked the motorhome down there? So I guess that was the guy who wake us up in the morning. So I had to lie a little bit and tell that we've been walking from Interlaken. So we just went back to the van, and then we unlocked the steering and packed all the stuff quick, and then we left. So we were looking to go see a chocolate factory and maybe make our own chocolate, but it was 70 Swiss francs per person, so that's 140. It's a little bit out of price for the experience, I think. So we're just gonna buy Swiss chocolate and try.
Far, this has been our favorite area in Interlaken. We spent here around 4 days. We've been coming here for the full days from 7 o'clock till 10, besides the breaks for the hikes that we took, because you can't sleep here, of course. And we were just swimming with the dog and jumping into the water whenever we wanted. There's not too much people coming around, so I think it's like a great spot to just come and chill. Now we're going towards the north of Switzerland, and we'll see what we're gonna find out there.
We just came to the Lidl store, and then they have some different flavor here that we never seen in our life. So we bought 2 of each, and hopefully it doesn't cost too much. We'll find out. It's for 100 grams. So first I got surprised because I seen the price and it was 45 franc. So I'm like, whoa, I might tell them I forgot my card. But it was 45 per kilogram. So we bought for like 14 franc of those little chocolate, and few different assortment of chocolate bar, different one. And it was 18.65. So it's still expensive, but it's not the Ukrainian price, that's for sure. But it's a good experience, and it's only here that they make it. Welcome to the future. Never seen that in my life. There is a Baronics. So this is a robotic bar solution. You can order drinks, coffee, and I guess you get served by a robot. We don't really drink coffee, but I think we want to try it just to see the robot in action. So this is the future. We just got our coffee served by a robot. It was 5 francs, a little bit expensive, but we were just curious about the robot. We had to go for it.
Ready?
Yeah, let's try this.
Ready? Oh, white chocolate.
Oh.
That must be good. I love white chocolate.
They have just that little citron flavor, but they didn't overdo it, so you still have the nice chocolate taste.
And you can feel it like right at the beginning, the citron.